Hi, I'm Mr. Greg, and I'm a teaching artist at Arts Core. I teach visual arts, and today we are going to explore the world of optical art, or creating illusions with art. As I stated before, we will be doing some opt art, and opt art is an abstract art form. And I'm going to give you a definition of abstract art. It is an art that does not attempt to represent something accurately. Instead, we use shapes, lines, and forms to create its effects. Always when I start a project and I'm doing a style maybe that I haven't done before, I usually try to find some reference or some artists that have already mastered this style. One of the best opt artists that I've run across is a gentleman named MC Escher, and here is some of his work now. The great detail, the look from looking at the goblet or the glass globe and his reflection in it is fabulous. I wanted to show you a picture of a traditionally drawn or painted zebra, and also a piece done by opt artist Victor Vasserly of two zebras together. And just to see something drawn that's going to be photoreal, looks like the object is going to look. When you are doing something abstract, you get a chance to use your imagination and make it any way that you like. And this is called an opt art web. And I'm going to show you the steps of how we're going to do it. But our project today will look something like this. And then I also wanted to show you guys some more complex optical art just to stroke your fancy. As y'all start to feel a little bit more confident with doing opt art, maybe you will create something along these. These are pretty advanced, but I'm hoping in time you guys will feel brave enough and confident enough to do something like that. Anyway, on with the task. First of all, you'll need a piece of paper. Second of all, you will need a pencil. Third of all, you will need colored pencils. And fourth, you will need a Sharpie, and then maybe a eraser, because you will probably need to use one. What I'm showing you guys right now is a color wheel. We will need that. We'll talk about complementary colors and things of that nature, and I'll explain all that to you, but this gives you a good gauge. One of the things that we're going to do when we start shading in our opt art today is that we're going to use colors that are complementary. So I chose red and green. And as you can see on our color wheel here, these two are complementary colors. So orange and blue would be a complementary color. Purple and yellow. Now that we have all the materials that we're going to need to do our project, let's get started. Start by making a dot, preferably pretty close to the middle of the page. Now that you've put a dot on your piece of paper, you're going to put an even number of lines coming from the dot to the edge of the paper. So I'm going to start that now. I am going to do 8 lines. And the 8 lines can be done in any way, shape, or form. That would be called arbitrary or just drawing free. You don't have to get a ruler. They don't have to be straight lines. What I'm drawing right now are called convex curved lines. And a convex curved line is having an outline or surface like the exterior of a circle or a sphere. And you see that I'm drawing these in pencil. Always start off your lines and your designs in pencil. As I've done those lines, now start to fill them in with a Sharpie. And you might need to do some things like darkening in your lines, adding some line weight to them, making them thicker. You'll do those as you move along. And now I'm drawing concave curved lines, which is having an outline or surface curve like the interior of a circle or a sphere. Now that I've given you examples of a concave and a convex curved line, again, remembering that a concave curved line is the interior of a circle or a sphere, and a convex curved line is the exterior of a circle or a sphere, as I've shown you here. Now I'm going to show you how we're going to apply that to the piece that we're going to build to give the illusion, or an optical illusion, of movement, and that things are round or have a 3D effect when they're drawn on flat paper. Again, working with pencil, then starting to fill in with your Sharpie after you get your pencil sketches done. And they don't have to be perfect, but try to get them as close as you can. Okay, so now that I've done concave here, convex here, I'm going to go back over and do my concave here. And you're going to just do opposites all the way across the page. And again, I'm doing this in Sharpie. I would suggest that you all do yours in pencil first and then fill in your lines. Here's an example of a penciled out or a sketched out web using concave and convex lines like I showed you guys throughout the whole page. As we talked before, we talked about a color wheel and complementary colors. So, as you can see on the color wheel here, they show you shades of green to a yellow to an orange to a red, purple, blue. But with green, the complementary color would be red. And that's what I decided to use today. I am using green and red colored pencils to shade in my web OptArt piece. The same way that you did your convex and concave lines, you're going to switch with colors. But when shading, to give the effect of a curve or a 3D, you're going to go harder towards the edge of your paper and lighter as you shade in the rest. And usually I'll go by just making a line that's darker and then start to shade in my section. And again, you're pushing lighter in the middle and heavier on the edges so that you're getting more of the colored pencil on the edge. And as you can even start to see now, you're starting to get a 3D effect. So I'm going to do one more section in red, and then I'm going to show you a cross section in green so that you can start to see the contrast. And again, you might have to work on your line work with your shading. If you have a colored pencil blender, that might help you out a little bit. And also with your line work as far as your Sharpie lines go. Harder on the edges, softer in the middle. Maybe kind of like one of your favorite cookies. And again, guys, take your time. Don't rush like I'm doing right now. You only get out of your artwork what you put into it. So don't rush. It's not a race. This is my finished piece. I hope that you guys had some fun today learning how to make optical illusions out of art on flat paper. It was really cool to get to know you guys and to share this art form with you. I want to review all the steps that we did so that you guys can make sure to produce the best work that you can. First of all, you're going to start off with a blank piece of paper. Then you're going to put a dot on it. Then, from the dot, you are going to draw an even number of lines around your paper to the edge. Next, you will start making your convex and concave lines. These are convex. And that gives you an example of how they're going opposites from side to side. And you will come up with a web once you fill your whole page. And everything should be filled like this. And then you will begin your shading and you are complete. I want to thank you for your time and taking this journey with me. Again, this was Mr. Greg and I'm from Arts Core. Make art anyway.